What's up, Packers Nation? This is Victor, and you're watching Packers Nation Report, the channel where a die-hard Green Bay fan breaks down what's really happening behind the scenes. And today, this one is huge. Because there is a real trade package being discussed in NFL circles, not just internet noise, and it involves a $96 million superstar wide receiver who might actually be available. Yeah, a superstar wide receiver. Potentially on the trade block, and Green Bay is being named as a top fit. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help us reach our goal of 200 subscribers. Every single sub helps this channel grow and reach more Packers fans. Alright, buckle up. Let's talk about this bold move and whether it makes sense for Green Bay. Let's start with the facts. A.J. Brown is still one of the most physically dominant and technically sound receivers in the NFL. At 28 years old, he is squarely in his prime. But all season long, Brown has made one thing clear. He is not happy with the Philadelphia Eagles' passing offense. No official trade request, but the frustration has been public, consistent, and impossible to ignore. ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler even named Brown as a prime trade candidate next offseason, citing locker room fatigue and Brown's desire for a more effective passing game. And that's the key phrase, a new passing game. Why the Packers are a natural fit. This is where Green Bay enters the picture. Multiple league insiders, including Bleacher Report, have listed the Green Bay Packers as one of the top trade fits if Brown becomes available. And honestly, from a football standpoint, it makes a scary amount of sense. Brown's skill set would pair perfectly with Jordan Love. Love is at his best when attacking the middle of the field, using play action, pushing vertical concepts. And guess what A.J. Brown does better than almost anyone in the league? Wins over the middle, breaks tackles after the catch, forces double coverage, punishes single high looks. The Packers don't currently have a receiver who forces defensive coordinators to panic. A.J. Brown would instantly become that guy. The receiver room is solid, but not complete. Let's be honest as fans, Green Bay's WR room is good, but it's still missing a true alpha. Looking ahead, Romeo Doubs is expected to be gone after 2025. Christian Watson's future depends on health. Jayden Reed is a weapon, not a matchup dominator. Dontavion Wicks is still developing. Bo Melton hits a contract decision point in 2026. This room works, but it doesn't terrify defenses. A.J. Brown would change that overnight. The problems, and they're real. Now let's talk about the uncomfortable part. Brown signed a $96 million extension in 2024 and is under contract through 2029 with an out in 2027. Any trade would require serious assets, and here's the big issue. The Packers already went all in when they traded future first-round picks in 2026 and 2027 for Micah Parsons. That means draft capital is limited. Philly would likely demand a young receiver in return. And you're adding a superstar who brings personality. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Philadelphia has been to the Super Bowl in back-to-back seasons. Won it all last year, is currently 9-5 and playoff bound. And A.J. Brown is still unhappy. So the question becomes, are you trading premium assets for elite talent plus potential drama, fan to fan? From a pure football perspective, yes, A.J. Brown makes the Packers immediately better. He would elevate Jordan Love. He would redefine defensive game plans. He would give Green Bay a true WR1 for the next 3 to 4 years. But from a team-building standpoint, after already swinging big for Micah Parsons, this might be one gamble too many. The Packers have built this roster on chemistry, development, and patience. Adding Brown would be a seismic shift in philosophy, and that's why this is such a fascinating conversation. Your turn, Packers Nation. Now I want to hear from you. Would you trade for A.J. Brown if the Eagles shop him? Is he worth the contract and the assets? Or is the risk and drama not worth it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really debate this. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and help us hit 200 subscribers. This is Packers Nation Report. I'm Victor, and as always, go Pack, go!